this new thing. So our good friend, and I say that sarcastically, you're probably good friends with her because you guys are friends with everyone. Miss Gunvalson, you know this woman, Miss Gunvalson, Vicki. So apparently, so she has done some talking, and she's not okay. She's not okay with RHOC being back on the air. I have very mixed feelings about this, and she said it still hurts. She's not sure she can watch it. We've all moved on. Life is talk about a death. Vicky's having a hard time with this still, that she can't really watch it, and she said it hurts. So part of me, I'm very conflicted on this.
And you said
Part,
that she's now teamed up with Kelly Dodd and they're doing a podcast together.
I heard, is that real? Like that's
Oh,
really happening? Because I heard about this.
yeah.
I'll
But
tell you.
wait, okay, well then, what's the name of it? Where is it? When is it coming
I
out?
don't know any about I
Uh,
don't know about that, but
I'll tell you it's very difficult because I feel like she has been the OG that started it all.
right.
She is the person that the idea stemmed from, and she put initially in the very former
Well,
years.
it was like Scott Dunlop and Gina Keogh
Right.
really
Right.
started it, if you want to
She
get
But
she
her whole
she
life has
put her
been
whole life,
housewives.
yeah.
She has built her business, her whole entire life. Remember the days on season
She
one
was in
of
the
Vicky when
kitchen.
she was in her little desk in her house doing her insurance shit.
But hasn't it been, I mean, she's been off it for 5 years now, ish.
Yeah.
That's so look, this is my feeling. Part of me is like, I feel you're pathetic. You have no identity outside of Housewives. Get the fuck over it. And part of me is like, at least you're being honest as opposed to all these other housewives that are like, you know, oh, I
But
don't
don't you think
care.
Housewives has identified who she is for God knows how many, what, 20 years? How many years has Housewives been on with her?
I know, but she's
Years.
really been off for a long
I
time. It's
know.
like you just gotta move on. Well, she said it's hard for her to watch every time it comes back. Like
Of
each
course.
season when it's on without her, she's not okay. So part of me is like, oh man, you need to. I mean, Louis just talked about death. Like, you need to move on. I don't know how to do it. You might need some therapy for the PTSD. And part of me is like the opposite of like, at least you're being honest that you're hurt and it's not okay, as opposed to all these other housewives that are like, oh, I don't care. It's fine. And you
Well,
do
there's two
care.
things. Housewives is either going to it's kind of a catch 22 because you get into this housewives world and then you really can't get out of the housewives world because that's all anybody knows you for. So you can't really do anything else. And then they try and do these other shows, these competition shows. Maybe they go on Traders, or maybe they go on, they do, the Mass Singer or stuff like that. But they're still always pigeonholed as housewife, and they can't break or shake that identity. So it's twofold. It really is twofold. It's good and it's bad, and it's a fine line, a delicate dance that you have to be on to either be so good that
Would
you're never going to leave Housewives, or you're good just enough to skate on that fine line and stay.
if they
And,
never did
and
Housewives, do you think any of these women would have been divorced?
I think, well, according to Vicky on this very podcast, it went viral. She said no, she would be married to Don if it wasn't for Housewives. Those were her words, not mine.
I think a lot of them feel the same way because I think when the magnification comes in and all the drama comes in, it becomes very complicated. Like if you're watching The Valley, every single one of those people on The Valley now,
whew,
they started,
Michelle,
they started 5 minutes ago and they're all breaking
it's
up.
hard
They're
to
all
watch.
getting fired. They're very
It's
toxic
hard to watch.
relationships. It's very difficult to see that synergy go downhill so fast, so hard. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, what happened to life? Like, what is
But
wrong
the
with you
but the
guys?
difference about the Valley and the Housewives, I think, is that these people are in their 40s and their kids are on the show with them. And so you're seeing all this toxicity going on in front of their kids. I have a problem with that. I do.
I get it. Well, listen, I mean, I don't know if Housewives will go away like you said, but I think, because I read this article, I think Next Gen is, here's a big statement. I think Next
Hey,
Gen is I think it's the most important show on Bravo right now. I really do. Not the best. I think it is because people don't realize. Now, look, I agree with you. I trashed it. I thought the idea was insane.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch it. I watched it. I liked it. I kept watching it. I really liked it. I kept watching it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I do think for me, Ariana Bierman, I mean, what the fuck? She is a breakout star. But the whole cast, I think, is really good. I like Charlie. People don't like him. I mean, that is the typical, that's not so atypical that you grow up with a rich father and now you're a day trader and you're getting $10,000 a month and your roommate is bisexual and he's making a shitload of money on OnlyFans. This is all very normal for it's that he's a New York kid. That is
Right.
what it is. It's normal that Georgia
Wait,
is
who's doing OnlyFans? I missed it. It's on the
his
show.
roommate, Dylan.
Hey,
Oh, honey.
uh, oh,
Honey, take a minute out of your busy day, darling. Let me tell you what there is to see. He's nice. I think Charlie's really cute too. Blonde hair and blue eyes. He dated Lindsay Lohan. Of course, you dated Lindsay Lohan in high school and her limo came to pick you up. Duh. And Georgia was in the clubs when she was 13. Same thing with Bethany Frankel. That's what New York kids did. And now she's starting a club that's a bowling alley. And she's closing down Katz's Deli, which is one of the most like famous, iconic delis on East Houston. And we're having like a rave with Diplo. Yeah, yes, and yes. These are the things that. So I think it was authentic. I didn't think the cast, I didn't understand how they all fit together. I think the chemistry is great. But what I really, so it's like all this stuff is coming out now. Like some of these numbers are a little bit, the way they're marketing them are not exactly what they seem. But like Deadline did a huge article on it
hold on.
that like it is the most watched premiere and first season show in Bravo history all
Excellent.
together on right feedback. Mind you, if you do the numbers, it says it has 5.4 million total with streaming. If you really actually take that and divide by 8 episodes, it's only like 400,000. It's not like such a, but for a first season show, that's pretty good. And it's just, there's so much fanfare. But here's the thing, it is the most like talked about show on TikTok, and it is huge in the demographic 18 to 35. And the
Right.
average age of watching it is 39. So this show, I think, is the most important show on Bravo because it did it. It changed the demographic of Bravo. It
Right.
brought in young viewers. That's crazy.
All they wanted to do, and but it also
That's
it
all
brought
they
in
wanted to do.
it brought in the young viewers, but it kept the older viewers too.
Uh-huh.
Gen Z, right? No, Gen X. Are we Gen X?
We're Gen
Talking about.
X. We're
I'm Gen X.
definitely not Gen
It,
Z. I
it
think
kept Gen X and brought in Gen Z and brought everybody together, and that was that was whoever good idea. Very interesting.
good idea. And right, you have housewife kids, so all the housewives stand. But I mean, this is it. I mean, kids are not watching they're not watching Gina and Emily with the minivan. They don't know what a housewife is. They were in the womb when Vicki Gunvalson was there. They don't know. Really, you're 20 seasons. You were 1 year old when we learned about Vicki and Coda de Casa. Like it really brought in, it's huge with this young audience and the number one show ever for Bravo talked about on TikTok. The people
Yeah.
that are running TikTok are fucking kids.
Yep.
So it really, I think it is such an important, like, I mean, it changed Bravo. I really do. I think it's being underestimated. Patrik over here thinks it's so big that it's going to cancel all of Housewives. You know, it's a different generation. It really, I don't care if the ratings weren't even this good.